Well, good morning,
Good morning.
Dr. Zelda Carter. I am here with her today, and it's taken me a long time to get down here to interview you today.
Good
But
to
I
see
am so
you.
pleased, and thank you so much for inviting me to come down to talk about the Agape Storehouse Community Basket in Newcastle, where apparently you're the director.
Yes, I am the director of Agape Storehouse Community Basket. It's under the umbrella of Christ Service Mission, a mission my husband and myself, Dr. Anthony Carter, started in 1998. So we've been in Delaware working this ministry for over 24 years. The ministry go back to age 9 when I started with my mother. It's a blessed mission. It's a mission of love. And that's why the food pantry and the community center part is called Agape Storehouse. Agape means unconditional love. So it's God's unconditional love He has for us, and it's our unconditional love that we have to serve His people.
Right. Well, I am so glad to come today. This is the season of Thanksgiving, and I'm quite sure you're working with people and handing out turkeys and all the good
Yes.
things to, like you say, agape, unconditional love. And this is the season that we do them type of
Yes.
things. And I was just so excited. Someone gave me your name and talked about your mission some time ago, maybe over 3 years ago.
Yes.
So I was so excited to come and to meet you, first of all, because like I say, it's been a long time getting here. But I understand at that time you were in Middletown.
We were.
So can you tell me what brought you to the Newcastle area?
What brought us to Newcastle area is that the rent became astronomical. The rent was so high; it was over $4,000 a month, and that's not including. That's just the rent. That was not including your overhead, freezers, trucks and vans that we had payments on. We still have a payment on one vehicle. We had to pay CAM. We had to pay your own electric and your gas. So we couldn't afford it. This is a nonprofit organization ran by Christ Service Mission. At the end of each month, if we don't have funds to make ends meet, it comes out of my husband and our pocket, and we're both retired. So we're 65 plus.
Okay.
So it's a blessing. This place here was more affordable. The space is bigger versus 3,000 plus square feet. We have a 5,000 plus square feet.
Okay.
And how we make ends meet here, we subcontract with a couple pastors here. We let them have service, help us to make ends meet here. And it was a blessing to come here because a lot of clients that we were serving anyhow was from Wilmington area and from Newcastle. So it made it closer for them. Further for me to come because I live in Middletown, but I got over it and I'm still doing God's work.
Okay. Is like the clientele that you had in Middletown, do they now come here?
Not as many.
Okay.
A lot of our clients that are in Middletown, we have a few come. We had over 127 clients coming to Middletown. We have less than half that now. Some families we will deliver to them, like the sick and the shut-in, those that are handicapped and disabled. We have a transitional home in Middletown, 6 apartments, and we take food to those families. So it's kind of hard for them to get here. So we are asking God to bless us with a passenger van where we be able to pick some of them up and come here for food, or we can deliver to them.
Okay, so getting your word out about this Storehouse Community Basket, what do you do to get your word out to the community? A lot of people may not know about what you're doing here. So what is it that you're doing I know you said you have 2 pastors
Yes.
that, come and are that you partnership with. But how do you think maybe you can get the word out more? Because, with people having so many issues today, poor and just going through a lot of challenges. And I'm quite sure if they knew that you were here, that you would get more people to come to be a part of this wonderful organization that you have.
We don't like to call them poor because they feel intimidated.
Yeah,
so we say low income. families. And what we are doing, we have the churches that some of them try to support, and a lot of churches are struggling right now. But you know what? I want to say this morning, this is Thanksgiving. I want to thank you for being here this morning.
So welcome.
I want to thank your brother, your cousin. I want to thank you for opening your door to help us. By word of mouth, most of the time, the state service centers, they send families to us. We are on Delaware Helpline 211. It's either under Agape or either Christ Service Mission. We're on there for housing as Family Help Inc. And the blessing today come from you, because you will advertise for us. There are a lot of underprivileged families, low income families, a lot of families who can't make ends meet. Our government continue to fail us by not giving us the support that we need to certain neighborhoods, and all over the world we're struggling. And if it's not for the food pantries and the community centers and the nonprofits and loved ones like you're my sister, loved ones like you, we wouldn't be able to make it. And our goal here with Christ Service Mission, Agape, or Family Help Inc. is to give the families a hand up. We don't give them a hand out because it make them feel like they're not worth anything. So we give them a hand up. In turn, some of them will come back and say, oh, Dr. Carter or Dr. Anthony, we would like to come and volunteer, and make them feel like they're self-worth when they come and they volunteer. We don't treat anybody any less than I would treat my husband, my children. So the food and service that we give out, whether it's food, housing, furniture rescue, yes, we do furniture rescue, and you'll be able to see some out back that we just got for a family. And whatever we give them, we pride ourselves in it. Whatever I want the best for myself and for my family. So I won't treat your family any different.
Okay, that sounds good.
Now,
Dr. Carter, the two pastors that you say that partner with you, I don't know if you'd like to say their name, but I like to even say their name, what church they're from, so we will know the churches that are partnering with you, that you have clients coming from their church that are part of this ministry. And also, I was going to ask you about the volunteering. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes.
A lot of people want to do things. A lot of people want to help, but they don't know how to get involved. So if we can just name the two ministers that are partnering with you and kind of talk a little bit about their ministry, and then we'll talk about maybe the volunteering, how people can get involved to help you.
Sure, I would be glad to do that. Pastor Bennett Barnett Smith, he's here. He has service on a Sunday morning from 10 to 12. He helps us with outreach. We have homeless families that's coming now too. We are not set up for a complete shelter, but we do have code 0. So if somebody come here and they need food or they sleeping outside, we have people right in this development that's sleeping in the tents out there. We'll bring them in here in the evening. So Pastor Smith helps with that. He also helped when we go to Lancaster, PA to purchase food. He very involved with our ministry with the youth over the summer and counseling. He brings the military in to have self-esteem programs for the youth. So he's a blessing, a good asset. He also let the families know that we are here in the back that need food. So Pastor Smith, we thank God for him. We thank God for his church. We thank God for the network. And whenever he have a service or anything, Pastor or Dr. Anthony Carter and myself do mentor him. Another pastor that we hold so dearly to our heart is Pastor John Finney. Pastor John Finney is in Wilmington area, so we network with him by giving him food to give out to the homeless and for the ministry as well. And in return, once in a while they'll give us a donation to help to make ends meet here. Pastor John Finley is with Life Worth Living Ministry in Wilmington, and he's young man that's on fire for the Lord, a young man that don't mind pulling up his sleeves and getting out there to help, and Pastor Smith as well. So we thank God for the partnership, and we are looking for more churches to partner to come forth. And then we have Pastor Wanda. I can't think the name of her church, but she's in Wilmington, and she comes and she get food, and she take the food to the corners, and she bless the families, and she give the food out to the families as well. And that's Pastor Wanda Jennings.
Wow.
And I thank God for her. She's a woman of God, somebody who loves God, and to work in the ministry. In certain areas of the ministry, you have to have a passion for what you do.
Right. That's right.
If you don't like to be in the public and helping people, or you don't mind touching somebody because they're down or they sick and you don't want to touch them, then you're in the wrong business.
That's true.
You can't go out in the street and minister to somebody if you can't give them a hug and say,
right.
how are you? Or give them a pat or say, God love you, or hold on. This change is going to come.
I think a lot of... because of just what you said, Dr. Zelda, there are different reasons why people don't attend church. And I think one of the reasons is just because of what you said. In order to be in the ministry, as you said, you have to be a caring person.
You do.
And with people facing all kinds of challenges and issues today, you have to love people, the agape, unconditional.
Yes.
So I just think it's wonderful. We're probably going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back because we want to talk about the volunteerism and other things. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So good to be here.
Glad to have you.
YSM Insurance. Let us help to put the pieces together. Have you been thinking about Medicare insurance coverage? Life is full of important decisions, but you don't have to make this one alone. YSM Insurance. We would be happy to meet with you one-on-one to discuss your needs. Please contact us at 302-229-6376. YSM Insurance for your Medicare options.
Well, welcome back, Dr. Zelda Carter.
Thank you.
It has been so wonderful sitting here talking with you about your wonderful ministry that you have going on here. So we talked about a lot of things, but now we're going to talk about a few more.
Okay.
Now, you talked about a furniture rescue. So can you kind of just tell our viewing audience what that's all about?
Yes. Christ Service Mission, under the Power for You Community Outreach Center, have a furniture rescue. I am a lady of many hats. I am vice president of Love Inc. of Newcastle County. With our Love Inc. ministry, Sister Deanna Garcia Martin is the director. I'm the vice president. We don't have a president at that time, so I can't take on president and do all this. With that part of the ministry, we do furniture rescue. So we have a lot of families that need furniture. Especially if you have children, you buy furniture 2 or 3 years, it's no good. So if you can't afford to buy furniture, you can contact Dr. Zelda Carter at area code 302-250-5461. Again, area code 302-250-5461. And let us know what your furniture need is. You give us a list, we'll take an intake, and we go through our Love Inc. ministry. We have 200 churches in our database, and we go through the churches, and we'll say, if you have nice furniture that you get ready to get rid of, because this is the time of year a lot of people like to buy furniture for the holiday. The next time would be anywhere from January to March, income tax time. So we'll get your new used furniture. The reason why I say new used, we won't take it if it's real soil, if it smells, have animals, smell on it. If it's new looking, we'll take it. We ask them to give us a picture of what it looked like before we pick it up, and we'll decide whether it's good or not. We would collect that furniture. My husband, myself, the Watts family, and Martina Gunter. We go and we do the furniture rescue. We'll match the furniture with the family, and we deliver it to them. And if they have resources to pick it up, then they are able to pick it up. So this is something we do, and I'm telling you, we don't pick up furniture if it can't come in my house.
Okay.
I'm silver and gold have I none, such as I have give I thee. So we are not rich, but we are rich in wealth of knowledge.
Right.
We are both retired. We don't have funds, but what we have, we give to them. Silver and gold have I not, such as I have give I thee. I give you love. I give you ministry. I give you the Word of God. I give you food, furniture, and shelter.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
I'm
You
blessed by you,
are
Sister
just
Josie.
so blessed and just I don't know. It's
I'm
just
blessed by you,
awesome.
Sister
Just
Josie.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank
Yes, but listen. So they heard that, our viewing audience. The next thing I want to talk about was so interesting was the homelessness. You know, we have a lot of that, Dr. Carter. And that is so wonderful with the weather conditions now, getting colder. And you bring people in. What is your hours here? And do you go out or do they just come in?
Yeah, I can reiterate on that a little bit.
Uh-huh.
We don't actually bring all of them here.
Uh-huh.
In Middletown, we have 6 apartment transitional homes. From 2009, I started the mission with Mr. Irv Broxton, and he chose me to be the director of the program. I didn't want to. We are partners. I didn't want to be president. I didn't want to be vice president. I didn't want to be just a board member. I wanted to get out there and do what I do, love God's people and help them. And so what we do, we have 6 apartments in Middletown. We give a family a home for a year, very, very low income. We ask them to put, if they were spending $900 to $1,500 or more to stay in their apartment, we would ask them to save $300 to $500 a month. When they leave our program, it's a program. When they leave our program, we help them find affordable housing or either a permanent home. One thing that we do, it depends on the income. If they're moderate to low income, we help them to purchase a modular home, put it on a lot for rent. If they're moderate to high income or mid-high income, we help them with Habitat for Humanity to purchase homes.
Yeah.
So I'm proud to say through Family Help Inc. the last few years, we spent 10 years now. We helped 3 families purchase modular homes, 1 in Middletown, 2 in the Dover area, 1 family that moved out last year. I won't say their name because I didn't ask permission. 1 family with 2 children, single mom. My husband and I was proud to say that we walked her through her walkthrough for her new home.
Wow.
And it was beautiful. We help the families clear up their credit. So we do budget counseling.
You do everything.
But it's a multicultural, multi-purpose. It's a all-in-one community outreach center. And so we help with GED program for the ones who come to us in Middletown. They go to Apple Quinton Night School for their GED. We do parenting classes. We do budgeting classes through our ministry, and it's one-on-one. We help them with math. We also help them find jobs. And last thing we help them with, besides cleaning up their credit, we go through a lawyer company, and they're not paying me to advertise, but I could tell you who it is. It's Lexington Law. They are very, very reasonable. They'll help you in 3 months, and you could say, well, I can't afford the price you gave me. And they will drop that, and they'll continue to clean up your credit. With that, helping those families clean up their credit, get back on your feet, we help them to purchase brand new cars.
Wow.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
So my husband
Dr.
helps me
Carter?
with that.
Can I ask you one question?
What's that?
Where do you get all that energy? I know that's nothing but God. Nothing but God.
It is totally God.
Oh,
It
my.
is totally God.
Yes.
And a lot of people say you have a lot of energies. Well, I want you to know the drugs that I'm on is the Holy Spirit, because I don't do drugs.
Right.
I don't smoke. I don't curse.
Oh,
and I don't
good.
drive. So I just want to give honor to my husband, who's in our absence. We have family members that's sick that he's helping. He drives Mrs. Daisy all the time. So he may not be able to lift a lot, but where I lack, he's there. Where he lack, I'm there. So I thank God for the man of God that's behind us 100%.
Well, we thank God for him too. We thank God for both of you, because
Thank you.
I tell you, this is really awesome. Awesome. Just sitting here listening to your ministry and all that you're doing. I didn't know you was going to go into, teaching and the lawyers and I mean everything. That's ministry.
This is what we do to help God's people.
Yes, and
a lot of our families don't know the resources that they need or how to come about those resources. Dr. Anthony Carter and myself, we're researchers. So we are not just professors and teachers, and I'm a nurse and he's an engineer. So we don't just stay there.
Right.
We go anywhere that the people need us to go.
Right. I tell you one thing that I would like to quickly talk about. We have a few more minutes. I belong to the 16th RD Democratic Committee right here in Newcastle.
Awesome.
So when you talked about the volunteerism, how would you like us to come and do some volunteering here with you?
I am ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. I am definitely
come
ecstatic.
And just help out a little bit.
Yeah.
We would love to
Yes.
do that on our behalf.
I would love that. I would actually love that. We would definitely love that. What Christ Service Mission and Agape is all about, like you've been saying the whole time, once I told you what it meant, is God's unconditional love. This is a community effort project. Agape Storehouse is not about Dr. Zelda Carter, Dr. Anthony Carter, all the pastors and the volunteers that I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the community coming together to help community.
Right.
When we volunteer in the back, I don't talk about I'm the boss, you have to do this. When they say the boss is over there, the first thing you would hear me say, when you guys come, and I welcome you to 16th District.
Okay.
I'm no boss. I'm a volunteer like everybody else. And why do I say that? Because this is free work. I don't get paid to do what I do. You're not paying me to say what I say now. We don't get paid. This is a labor of love. And we would welcome you. We have once a month, I could tell you some people who come and volunteer.
Okay.
Some of the Rotary clubs in Delaware, they're come, multiple ones. Men, we need men
Okay.
for the strength. We need the men for the wisdom. And we welcome you to come.
Okay. Well, you can count on us. We'll be here, and we have maybe about a minute left, Dr. Carter. So, can you give us your contact information,
Yes.
Your address here where you are, and I want to say you are always welcome to be on my show, Out and About with Josie. You're always welcome. Thank you so much again for inviting me. If you would just give your contact information, your address, and again, bless you and bless your ministry. And you're always welcome to be on my show.
Thank you. I thank you, Dad, for that warm welcome again. I'm glad to be here with Round and About with Josie. I am Dr. Zelda Carter. My husband is Dr. Anthony Carter. Agape Storehouse, Christ Service Mission. The Community Center is Powered for You Community Outreach Center. We are located in the heart of Newcastle, where God people come together to network. Our address is 77 McCollum Drive, unit number 11. If you can't get in the front, come around the back. Our hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. On Tuesday evening, we have a group of students that come that the state pay for them to help us, and we thank God for that. And that's from 4 to 9. And we welcome you. Our phone number is area code 302-250-5461. Our email address is zeldacarter2@gmail.com. That is ZELDACARTER, the number 2@gmail.com.
Well, again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For sitting here with me. This won't be the last time.
Thank you.
All right. Bless you.
God bless you.
We are Kamaj Entertainment and Fitness. YSM Insurance. Let us help to put the pieces together. Have you been thinking about Medicare insurance coverage? Life is full of important decisions, but you don't have to make this one alone. YSM Insurance. We would be happy to meet with you one-on-one to discuss your needs. Please contact us at 302-229-6376. YSM Insurance for your Medicare options.
Hi everyone, it's Shauna from the Upper Room. I want to wish you and yours a wonderful, safe, blessed holiday from all of us here at Lapa TV, Comcast Channel 190. Happy holidays, everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Yolanda Muhammad with Real Talk with Yolanda, wishing you a safe, loving, and blessed holiday season from Lapa TV, Comcast Channel 190.
This is Josie Roy, Out and About with Josie, Channel 190 Comcast. Happy holidays to everyone from Comcast 190.
Hello everyone, I'm Dwayne Adams from In the Upper Room and the new president of LAPA. I want to wish everyone a happy holidays from LAPA TV on channel 190.
With me is about education is power. So if I can educate you and you can educate me, we're gonna be powerful.
Okay, before we go on, because we're going to talk about a few other things, can you give like a phone number, a contact?
Yes,
Somebody can contact you?
you can call me at my office number, and if I'm not there, it'll send me an email. That number is 302, see it up there? 504-4132, and it has my email on there. My email is maryd486@gmail.com. I'm going to even give you my personal cell phone number. It's 215-301-0053. That'll come directly to me.
Okay. All right then. And at the end, maybe we'll give it one more time.
Okay, no
so
problem.
People can, call you. But I picked up one of your business cards. And on the bottom of your business card, it says you're never alone.
And that's true.
And I just love that motto. You're never alone.
You're never alone.
And when we think about all that is taking place today with the drugs and the mental illness and all the issues that people are facing, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about, I worked for the state of Delaware for 32 years. And during that time, I had the opportunity to work in different, sections of the state. I worked with Bureau of Alcohol and Drug Abuse, and
wow.
I went on and was a human service worker, and then I worked at the Delaware State Hospital, and I went from there and I went to the Division of Child Support Enforcement, and between there and family court, working with, with the court and families. But I wanted to go back to when I had the opportunity to work with the Bureau of Alcohol and Drug Abuse. And during that time, there was a 28-day program that the state had. And I worked in that program as a counselor. And during that program, we had different groups, individual groups. We would take the clients to 1212, to all the different AA
Mm-hmm.
and all like that. And we was very, very involved as counselors. And during that time, we also would get referrals from the courts and other places. So our clients came in for the 28 days, and they were really involved in that program. They had to be.
Right,
Because
right.
it was a referral from the court. So during that 28 day program, they were really involved. We had the families, some would come in, and also they would talk, and we would counsel with the families, and it just was a wonderful, wonderful program to make or try to make the person whole, because when they came in, they were just broken. They were so broken with the issues and the mental conditions that were going on and other issues in their family. But when they left, we had a referral system, and we would refer them to different other organizational resources when they left. So they wouldn't just, okay, you did your 28 days, you're gone. And then the courts also, we had to refer back to the courts as to what was
How
the
well they
outcome and
did,
where they were
okay.
gone. I just thought that was such a good program. And what happened later on, the state, it went private.
Mm-hmm.
And
Most
when
places
it
do.
went private,
Most places go
Yeah,
private.
so it went private, and that kind of was the end. At that time, Detox was at the Delaware State Hospital. And I just think at that time, people just had somewhere that they could automatically go quickly to get help. A lot of those things are gone. I know we have a lot of resources now, but I can kind of look back at that 28-day program, look at Detox, and see if some of those things, sometimes it says you got to go back to basics. It seems like sometimes, some of the old remedies and old ways, they were good. They say old school, but it helped. And
It did.
so I want to know,
And I'm
your
part
thoughts.
of that old school. Well, my thoughts on it now is, I've had occasion to have to find an inpatient for someone, and we ended up having to go to Baltimore and other places to get that person inpatient. I know there are some inpatient programs that if you have addiction, but if you're clean at the time when you come, they won't take you.
Mhm.
So you have to you have to go out and you use
Yeah.
in order to get in the program. So I don't know if that helps you or not.
Yeah.
If you got to go use to get into the
Right.
program. And then the programs, a lot of the programs now that people might stay a week, they might stay 2 weeks. I think if they can get it from their insurance, that that they can, these insurances take control over all kinds of things with addiction and mental health. And if their insurance is okay, they might can get to stay 28. But then a lot of times where we refer them to, like they have to go to a house, like Gaudensia have houses and Connections and Brandywine, they have the houses. But when the people go there, they don't have an option of who they can go to for treatment. They have to go to treatment at that program. And like I've had clients and I refer them over there, but the client is thinking, okay, I can stay there and I can still do treatment with you. And I have to say, no, once you go there, I can't do treatment with you anymore. And I think that takes away the power of the client from having an option. And sometimes I feel like it's a power thing too, because you have the power to tell that client what they can and cannot do, and you take whatever it is their willpower is. But that's just my personal opinion. But we need some services. I mean, like I just said earlier, I had a client last night that was homeless, a woman that would have had to sleep in a park with no blanket, no nothing. You know what I mean? She's a female. She's vulnerable to whatever is out there. And I called the name. I had to call housing. I had to call 211, who told me to call Housing Alliance, who told me I had to leave a message, who I had to wait for them to call. And by the time they called, thank God to Bishop Stewart had already stepped in. The process is terrible. I mean, because I look at it like this. I have been homeless. Okay, I was fortunate enough during a time of being homeless that I had a sister. I had, friends. I would sleep on this couch, that couch. But suppose I put myself in their place, because suppose right now I become homeless. All of us can be homeless in a heartbeat. If you lose your income, if you lose your home and you don't have no insurance to cover your house or your whatever, you're homeless.
That's right. That's right.
And you got the Red Cross, and God knows they step in a lot of time, but they can only do so much, and that's because it's so widespread that they're spread thin. So, but as far as Delaware, especially, I'm gonna say Wilmington, I don't think we have the resources that we need. I really don't think so. I mean, like, when I'm sitting here and I got a client sitting here and she doesn't know where she's going to be at that night and I'm on that phone, I'm losing out on seeing other clients that need me just as much, but I can't leave this person.
Right.
And so it's really just rough. And, we think about all the grants and things that come out and the money that come out for substance abuse and mental health. Unfortunately,
Right.
the small businesses like myself are never, ever thought about. We never get a penny. If we do a proposal or something, we'll say, oh, you don't have the capacity. So it goes back to the same companies over and over again. But yet and still, we're the ones that's in the trenches trying to make change, trying to help the people. But sometimes I wonder, do they really want us to be educated?
Wow. Good question.
I wonder. I
Good
just have to
question.
wonder about that.
Yeah. One other thing, Dr. Bailey, I wonder if you ever come across this. I'm good for attending events or,
Okay.
when I prioritize and, when I say, I think that'll be beneficial, I really want to know about that. So at one time, I went to Dover and I went to an event and it was concerned a lot of young men.
Okay.
And at this event, they were asking these young men, about addressing issues that people just did not address when they
Okay.
would go. And so this one young man stood up, and he was talking about child support. And I worked at the Division of Child Support, so I can understand. I can understand just what he was saying. And people with these different issues, like you're talking about, mental health and other issues that they have, a lot of times people will not come forth
That's right.
because they have issues that they're afraid of. That
And they're
won't be
ashamed.
addressed.
They're ashamed.
Not only ashamed, they have warrants.
Oh, okay.
They courts are looking for them. They have child support. Their arrears are so high, and a lot of them are hiding. They're running because if I turn myself in, they know they're going to jail. They want help, but they're afraid.
Afraid to get it.
They're afraid. So this young man stood up and he said, he didn't say his name or anything. He says, but tell me, how do I address, or what do I do? I have a child support order, and I owe arrears, and my arrears are high. I need help, but I'm afraid because if I go to seek help, they're going to ask all these questions. That's going to come up. I'm going to jail. I'm not really going to get the help I need. And when he said that, I said, that's so true. Because we have so many young men out here. They can get jobs. Some of them want to work. We can't put everybody in the same category. Say, oh, well, you don't want to work. She don't want to work. We cannot do that. Because everybody is different. Everybody has different issues. So we just can't categorize everybody in the same. So I'm wondering, do you come across that issue? But if you do, how would you handle that?
I really have. I can say I have not. I do know that I've been to a couple of reentry events in Dover twice this week, as a matter of fact, and they were saying how they were going to use community service to help them pay for their fines. You can't use it for restitution, but you can use it for a fine. Maybe they can start doing that for people that are in arrears of child people, because we don't know the situation or what happened to him, why he stopped paying child support or he didn't. We just called him a deadbeat dad, but we don't really know the situation. And then when they get a job, it's not paying enough to really do anything. So by the time he does whatever he needs to live, there's none left. And he's right, he would probably go to jail, but then he loses the job that he has, so he still can't do it. So if you look at it, it's like a hamster on a reel that's just going around and around and around. I don't know how to tell him to fix it, But I think that if they were able enough to say, okay, I can go down there, let me talk to them, let me see what I can do. If it's not but $5, whatever it is, you know, it's better than none. But at the same time, we got a lot of guys that are homeless.
Right. That's
You
true.
know, even though they have it, they're homeless.
Right. That's true.
So they don't have the money.
So, maybe, just quickly, we're going to come back in a minute.
Okay.
Again, we're going to take another break.
Okay.
But I'm enjoying the conversation.
You and me too. It's great.
So, we got some other things we want to talk
Okay.
about. So we're just going to
That
take a
was a-
quick break.
that was
We'll
a
be
good
right
one.
back.
YSM Insurance. Let us help to put the pieces together. Have you been thinking about Medicare insurance coverage? Life is full of important decisions, but you don't have to make this one alone. YSM Insurance. We would be happy to meet with you one-on-one to discuss your needs. Please contact us at 302-229-6376. YSM Insurance for your Medicare options.
Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Mary Douglas Bailey from MBB Professional Services. This morning, right now, I want to talk to you about November the 9th. It's a mental health workshop. It's my last for 2019. It's called It's Okay to Cry. Let me tell you why. Facing the pressures of today's society. It will be at Canaan Baptist Church at 3011 Newcastle Avenue in Newcastle, Delaware. It will be from 8:30 to noon on that Saturday. Starting thing, we're going to give you breakfast for a king and get you ready for the conversation. We're going to have panelists. We'll let you know who they are soon. And we're going to have Reverend Dr. Bullock. He's going to give us our little purpose as he always does. And then we're going to talk to you and find out what you know about mental health. And we're going to answer all your questions, and we're going to talk to you about it. We're going to talk to you about the trauma. We're going to talk to you about the substance abuse. We're going to talk to you about, we might even talk about vaping, okay? So that is what I'm going to tell you. Get yourselves together. Be ready to be there on November the 9th. Come on in for breakfast. And if you just want to come for breakfast, come on. I can talk you in the stand. How about that?
Okay, welcome back.
All
Dr.
right.
Bailey, I tell you, it's fun.
I
I'm
know.
just enjoying
And the
myself
time go
sitting there
by so
talking.
fast.
Yeah. So we're going to talk, before we get on, I want to talk about the people that's out here
Okay.
that are having problems, issues with mental health. And they are working, maybe receiving $15 an hour minimum wage. But they might need a little more help. They can't get it. Some of them might be making a little over, so
Yeah,
that
they're
would
not that
disqualify them from receiving Medicaid. So before we get to that question, I want to just ask you, would you kind of look into this for me? Then we'll get on that. When I was talking about the child support, about people needing help, would you kind of look into that?
I can check into
you
it
know,
and see what will happen, because there are some people out there that will answer questions and not afraid of saying, what it is, and they will talk about it. But I can check on it for you, because
Okay.
if we can help some of these brothers, we want to help them. They're not the bad guys that everybody seems to think they are. I have nephews and all of them, and they struggle. They
Right,
struggle
right.
because the money they make is not much.
Right.
You
It's
know?
just an issue that, I brought it up because it is an issue that I don't hear about. And I'm concerned because I've worked with a lot of, I worked with child support. And I know a lot of the issues that are needed to be addressed and has to be addressed. And that's one. And I would hope I'm going
Yeah, I'll find out.
to get it
I'll
to
find
you.
out who I need to talk to
Okay.
in family court. I used to have a couple of advocates down there, but they're retired now. So
Okay. All right. So now back to what we were going to talk about. We were going to talk about people,
Minimum
making
wage jobs.
and might need help, and they might be a little over income. They can't. They don't qualify for Medicaid, or you may not have the insurance at work. So let's talk about how do we, or what do we need to do? What do the elected officials do? What does anyone need to do to make sure that these people too are taken care of and their issues?
Well, I think I don't know, but if I'm not mistaken, the government says everybody have to have insurance, correct? Okay. So the insurance, even if they have minimum age, they can go to the marketplace, and if they don't know how to do that, they should call up somebody in their council person in their where they live and say, you know what, I need some help going to the marketplace and getting some insurance. And I think they should either help them or have somebody to help them. If you got a job, you should not have to be afraid to talk to your employer and say, you know what, I need some help, and they should be able to do EAP. Now, all of them don't have EAP, but it don't hurt you to check and see which ones it is. And some people have short and long-term disability that they can use. They don't know that they can use it because everybody thinks it's only for medical. But I think they can use it because I have clients that have used it for mental health. But what the politicians can do, and the council people and your senators and all of them, is that they can get on you got an insurance commissioner. I'm not sure exactly what that person is supposed to do, but I would, with the word insurance, is try to expand the situations with these insurances to help these people get some kind of treatment. Even if they go through their employer EAP, they're only going to get five sessions. Now, I don't know what they think you're going to cure in 5 sessions, but that's better than none. It's a start.
That's true.
And like insurances, I have like Cigna, like Aetna. If you come in through them, you'll get treatment. Be aware that they're going to charge you a copay. Because you know the deductibles are so high.
Yeah.
The deductibles are outrageous for these companies. It's really not. But I would like to see the politicians, especially the people in places where they put out these RFPs and these proposals, would put out one that the people like myself, people like a lot of the other therapists that I know that are here, we could help those people. We don't ask for a whole lot. Nobody here pays my rent. I pay my own rent. But if they would help us with some kind of stipend or something where we could see those people.
Correct.
It don't have to be every day, every week to see a person. You can see them every 2 weeks or once a month and then work with them. I've been trying to get groups going here so that we can address depression and anger and little simple things like when you get frustrated with your children and stuff like that. Groups is good for that. They can go to a group once a week. If they would help us with those kind of things, I put out flyers about groups and nobody responds. And then I do this and I do that. And I'm not the only one that's doing it. I mean, you got people from the Veterans Administration that opened up offices. They got clients that are trying to help the veterans who really get a really raw deal. But it's hard when you're a single person in an office trying to see it. I mean, my cabinet is full. And I really need to hire somebody. I really need to expand. I could see more people, but the money's not there. The spaces are ridiculously high to get a bigger office. You know, it's just that the economics here in Delaware, it only serves certain people. And as long as that happens, people that need treatment for regardless of what it is are not going to get it.
Oh, that's true. So you put out a cry here to ask people to support you, you know, what you're doing. You know, I was thinking about relapse. Although we're talking about people that have jobs, you know, they're making minimum wage. And even if they had a group, or like you say, even to keep their mind
Absolutely.
you know, straight, to like, you know, not to fall back. I think relapse is one of the worst things to relapse, to go back, because it's so hard to.
It takes
to
their
come
self-esteem. It takes
And-
they're hopeless. They're hopeless. They feel like they're guilty because they felt like they failed, not only themselves but the people around them. But the main thing is the problem they relapse is because even when you go back to reentry, where do they come home to? They come home to the same families and environments that they left. And they come out and they don't have the support they need. They need mentorships, because I'm calling on mentors for men and women. We need mentors. Or either you know, they come in my office, they're on psych drugs. They have side effects from the drugs. The side effects are not good, so sometimes some of them are drink because of side effects. So I have to get them to change their mindset and say, you know what, you need to go back to that doctor and tell that doctor what this medication is doing. So I make all my clients sign a release that if you on psych drugs, I get to talk to your doctor and your psychiatrist
Right.
because I want to make sure that you're okay. Psych drugs may be helpful for everybody. I'm personally not one that believe in them. I feel like if you can learn to meditate, if you can learn coping skills, if you can learn who to build in your support system that will help you, I think you can do those things.
Right. I know one of the, we used to always say, sometimes you have to change people, places, and things.
And you do.
And,
Oh, yes.
like you say, you come back to the same environment,
Right.
and it's like all over, Again, here I am. I'm in the same environment, the same mess, the same people. And a lot of them relapse because they just don't know what to do. They don't know
They don't.
where to go, how to get out of this. It's like a circle war, And what do I do? And so then there's many causes for relapse, but there is so much,
that we could talk about. But
yeah.
you know what? Here's the thing I'm gonna say about Delaware, and I love Wilmington. I live in Wilmington. I love it. I'm not from Delaware, but I've been here since the early 80s. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. But at the same time, I think you don't do enough. I think if I send 100 emails out to city council and you're not reading the emails, you don't respond back to me, then you don't know what the problem is, and you're not here in the community. If I send out 100 emails to my senators or whatever, and you're not looking at the emails, or sometimes I think you look at them and you just say, oh, that's just somebody over here that's just begging for money. I don't call begging for money. I want you to help me have groups. I want you to help me get these community centers together. You got Rose Hill over there that got space on top of space. Well, the reason why I don't use Rose Hill, because I can't afford that hourly rate.
Right.
So I can't help the people because I can't find the money to pay for that. So really the root of all evil is money. But people need to see council people. They need to see the senators. Not just know who they are, but see them. It's okay. You need to be out there where somebody can say, hey, so-and-so and so, and call them by name. Not call us by name. We need to be able to call you by name. We need to know what you look like when we see you. I don't know what my senator looks like when I see you. I know some people from counties, city council, and I'm going to throw out a Bosh Turner, I love you to death. Love you, boy. I love you. Because he will fight for the right for us, and he does fight for us. But then there are those that fight against him for fighting for us. So it's a terrible thing. And I sent the thing out on Facebook this morning, and I was like, you know what? We as African Americans, we are not a minority. We are a majority. The fear is because we are a minority. They're scared of us.
Yes, yes, so true.
But what we give them the upper on is we don't speak out.
Yeah.
We have the meetings. We have this. People downstate won't come up here to a meeting. People up here won't go down there to a meeting. We are all Delawareans. It doesn't matter what neighborhood you live in. It don't care how much your house costs. We don't care how much your income is. You are still a Delawarean.
Right. I think one of the main things, I always listen to everything everybody says. And you just said about we don't speak out. And when we don't speak out, it's like silence is agreement.
Yes.
And I do not believe in being silent. And I'm a person that believes in what I say. If I think it's right, I'm going to stand on it.
Yes.
And that's how I am. So what I'd like to do, Dr. Bailey, you have an open invitation to always be on my show.
Okay.
Always. You have an open invitation.
Let's hope it works.
To get the word out, to be the voice for the people, because you are. You're always welcome. And I'm going to be helping you in any way I can help you.
We're going to keep working about it.
So we'll do whatever we can to make it better for people who can't make it better for themselves. So with that, what I'd like you to do one more time is give your name and who you are, what you do. Talk about your event that's coming up, the date, the time. Again, ask for the support that you need. And hopefully in the meantime, in the next couple of weeks, we'll be reaching out to people to support this great program. It's the event, but this program, because it's ongoing. So
Yes.
I just want you to know I appreciate you.
I
love
appreciate
you,
you too.
and thank you so much for being here
But you
with
ain't
me.
saying nothing about Lapa. How's Lapa doing?
Oh, we're doing good.
Okay.
We're doing
All
great.
right.
So
All
we'll
right.
talk about that one day too.
Okay.
But right now I want
All
to get
right.
your word out.
Well, everybody mostly know who I am. I'm Dr. Douglas Bailey. Most people call me Dr. D, which is cool. As long as you don't call me too late to eat, I'm cool. My number here is 302-504-4132. My cell phone is 215-301-0053. I don't throw my address to my office out because I like the fact that my office is public, and when people come into the office, they don't know who they're coming to see, so you can come and see me in confidential. Nobody knows that you're here. Nobody knows why you're here. So when you call me and you need treatment, then I'll tell you where I'm at.
Probably less than $10 million goes to African American owned content. Not to be confused with African American targeted, not talented black faces, owned. And the difference between targeted and owned, as I said to somebody when my daughter was born, and I said, you know, I just had my daughter, and you have, and it was a white guy. I said, you have children as well. I said, yeah. I said, let me ask you something. As a white guy, and I'm a black guy, would you be comfortable if I controlled all the images and all of the likeness of how your daughter saw herself and grew up in the world seeing herself? I control that. I'm the one that determines whether she sees herself as a crackhead or a prostitute or somebody that's not that bright. I control her image from the moment she's born. Are you cool with me having control over how she grows up looking at herself? Honestly. And he said no. I said, well, why would you expect anything differently from me? Now that I have my daughter, I'm not asking for a seat at the table. I'm taking a seat at the table, and I'm going to control how she grows up and how she sees herself and how she feels about herself. That's not in your hands anymore. And that's the difference between targeted and owned. Don't get it confused.
This has been a DIN Media Studios production. This has been a DIN Media Studios production.